Jonathan, Tara's mother and Helen all arrive at the Tuscany Tavern to eat a meal together.
Welcome to the Tuscany Tavern, sir. What would you like to order?
I want a large pizza. And can you make half of it with pepperoni and half with red peppers? Tara and Helen are both vegetarian now, so they want no meat on their half of the pizza.
Yes, we can do that. You will still have to pay extra for the additional topping.
That's fine. And we need seating for 4.
Bella just finished cleaning the large table there, so you can use it now. That meal was wonderful. The best pizza I've had in a long time. I'm surprised this restaurant is not world famous. We tried to establish a second Tuscany Tavern in Boston several years ago, but it failed and then it was taken over and turned into an Atlantic fishery, a type of seafood restaurant. I was briefly a cook there, but I was then replaced by a professional chef. When the managers asked me to be a waitress instead, I quit. I went back to being a housewife. Interesting. It seems you have accepted a traditional family life after all. Jonathan, you are to be commended for making my daughter the respectable lady she clearly is now. After she left me and my husband, I was so worried she might end up on drugs and then in prison. You must have given her the kind of discipline she needed but wouldn't accept from us, her parents. Thank you for that. Oh no. This doesn't look good. Tara, how many bedrooms are in your house in Boston? There are 3 bedrooms. It was the house Jonathan and his sister Jessica grew up in. Tara, I need to ask a favor of you and your husband. I'd like to move up to Boston and live with you, so I will take over the bedroom that is not being used. And why would you ask that of us? Because I have nowhere else to go. When your father died, he was over $80,000 in debt, and so I had to sell the house you grew up in to pay off the debt. Now I am homeless. What about my brother? Can't he take you in? No. Because he died 4 years ago in a car crash. So you, Jonathan and Helen are now my only living relatives. Damn it. So you never cared to even tell me that my brother James was dead? Why the fuck wasn't I invited to the funeral? That was your father's decision. He said you were no longer family. And you went along with that like the good little wife you were. But that also made you a terrible mother. And you think after this I should take you in? Really? I gave birth to you, Tara. I raised you. So you owe me for that. The least you can do is give me a roof over my head in my old age. That's the moral duty of a child towards her mother. Even though you failed to do your moral duty to me. And let me make something clear to you. Jonathan didn't change me. All he ever did was love me just as I was, even when I dressed like a punk rocker. I could go back to that mode of dress tomorrow and he would love me just the same. And he doesn't force me to be a housewife like father did you. At any time, I could enter the workforce to make my own money and Jonathan would encourage me to do so. My relationship with Jonathan is far better than what you had with father. And I'll be damned if Helen ever ends up with a man like father was. She deserves better. Your father was not a monster, Tara. He just had values you couldn't accept. Right, and those values are the reason you are now homeless and broke, isn't that right? Mother and grandmother, please stop fighting. If you both love me, why can't you love each other? Helen, it's not that simple. Long before you were born, your grandmother and I had a bitter conflict and it was never resolved. And it never will be resolved if we don't at least try to live with her for a while. Isn't forgiveness a good thing?